Right, so trooper update. Getting closer to D-Day. I've got Tongue or Park, what if it is there, that booked for next weekend. So fingers crossed if all the COVID tier 3 crap doesn't kick in, which I'm feeling it's going to do, because we should have been on a bloody track day today in one of the cars, but no. So instead of doing track day, I'm going to do some work on the trooper, get this sorted. Got to get the MOT sorted. There's a few little jobs. I've got a seat belt to do. I've done all the oils and full service on this. That's both diffs, gearbox, transfer box, engine, filters, etc. So that's that done. The brakes and calipers and drive shaft I did on the last video. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's noticed. Look, Kevin, if you're watching, Jack Crap Breakers, this is a bit of a little freebie promotion for you guys. I'm going to close up on the back of the details. So yeah, if anybody needs any mainly Suzuki bits, Vitaras, Grand Vitara bits, I'll put Kev's link in and put a close up of the logo. But thanks for the hoodie. Could need to fatten up and fit it a bit better. So yeah, it's getting a bit shitty as well. So Kev, if you want to send me some more, yeah, send them my way. But anyway, so trooper. One thing I need to look at is the winch. The winch, last time I went out, realised when I did need it, it stopped working. So I think that hopefully is nothing too major, but I think because like winches, it's been on the truck what, a couple of years. I've probably used it 5-6 times. It's spent a lot of time in the play site, so it's been covered in mud and shit, and the mud gets in there and buggers them up. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's not anything too bad. It might just need taking off and stripping out, but if we're really lucky, it'll just be the connection points that have just got a bit crusty and corroded. So if we can clean those up, and maybe that'll put it, get it back working. But for a fact it's going to be a shitting 5-hour job stripping that down and yeah, cleaning that out. But yeah, let's have a try. So let's crack on, check the winch first, see if we can find out what's wrong with that, and then we'll take it from there. But there's not that much to do on the trooper. I think hopefully if we've got time, I've got like everything, there's a to-do list, so I won't mind changing the viscous fan, because that's just spraying the engine full of shit in all the mud, so I won't mind putting an electric fan on that. Now I'm carrying a lot of weight in the back with spares. I might look at changing the 2-inch springs to some 3-inch springs, because I think it has dropped a little bit. I've got some longer shocks to put on the back, so I think I'm currently running 22-inch Hilux shocks, but I've got some 26-inch. Also, if we fit bigger springs and we've got a bit extra weight, I mean, we'll have a look at it. But then that, again, you change one thing, it leads to another, so I might have to look at extending the rear brake line on the back, but that's not a bad thing. They look pretty original. But yeah, let's crack on with the winch, see if we can get that fixed. How the bloody hell do we start? I think engine's overdue with steam clean. That's the joys of the money, I suppose. So I've just rigged up a isolated switch for the winch, because at the moment the winch isn't working. I can't hear any clicking or anything from the solenoids in there, so I need to check those. Free spooling, what we're going to call it, when that's engaged. That's, as you can see, it's a bit stiff, so I'm going to have to take that off at some point and have a look, because I imagine that's full of shit and mud. So right, yeah, Warrior Spartan winch, mid-range winch, they're not that expensive, so I'm not expecting too much from it. But I've had this on 2 years, probably used it only about 5 times, which isn't good. I imagine, you can see state of the engine, there's going to be a lot of shit and mud in the winch, so I think the first thing to check is whip the top off there, check the solenoids in there, see if we can see if it's got any power to go into them, and yeah, start from there. Fun, eh? One thing I'm going to check, because you can see the switch is getting pretty much, that should, was on a bracket there, I've taken that off in a minute, but exposed end, so it could be a connection there. So what I'm going to do is test the switch, take this out, just wire the positive straight to the battery, and just try and eliminate that first before we start testing all the connections and points on there, because like I say, they look pretty clean, so I can't see it being a loose connection or a faulty connection on there, but you never know. Let's start from the easy stuff and work backwards. That's all checked, they were greased up, tightened all those, make sure they were fine, and then see all that gunky stuff, not the neat stuff, but if you can see on sort of them, that's like a wax seal that I use on all electrical points, so if you need any, there it is. It's just like a rust proofing, but when you spray it on, it's a bit shaky, isn't it? You can see it kind of goes on It's a bit of a gunk, almost like a grease, but once that's done it sets hard, so it kind of sets like that. It's an easy break, it's just like melting a wax candle on it, but that basically just stops any sort of corrosion setting in or any water getting in. I've done the points from there, do round the seal on there, just in there, just to where the wires go in, and yeah, earth points on there, that'll set pretty hard, and that seals that. So that's one up, get that back together, put that, now that we know that's all working. So yeah, taking them off. I'm going to tidy all these points up there, redo those, make sure they're all not loose and look a bit nice in what they do, and then same on that side. So yeah, main feed, the winch, the battery, free spooling is working fine. You can see that's as it should be. So that eliminates that being jammed. It means it's turning when it's disengaged, so it's not like the gearbox is totally buggered or anything. So, moment of truth, huh? Win-win. So, but let's have a look now. So if that's in, that's working. You can hear the clinking. So look, because that's working. But I can't remember, so if I go, oh yeah, so it's spooling in and out. Bingo, that's one less job. I expect having to strip all that shitting thing down. So it was the switchboard. I'll do is clean this up, have a look, refit that, make sure it is, get a better connection on there. Pull the rope out and make sure that's spooled back on and give it a good run, and yeah, bingo. So that's one less job to be done. So the Trooper, as you can see, all the guards are off when I did the oil change, which I'll quickly get underneath there and show you what I've done, but it's getting close, getting close. Right, so it's going to look like I've achieved not much, and not much has changed. So we've got the battery secured. We did the terminals on there, put new ones of those on, new bolts, put a new bracket on to make that a bit tighter. I'm going to order some covers to go over the terminals, because obviously it's a bit dangerous having them open, especially with the bonnet being so close. Did the same on this side, put the battery, new batteries in, they're all secure. New terminals both on there. Tied up a load of the cables. Let's have a look. So they're all in secure. The winch is all working, which is good. So actually got a winch. I've re-spooled that, make sure that's all neat and tidy, ready. You know, lubed up and waterproof some of the connections on there. And then what we've done with the switch, which we did have mounted here, which again, stupidest place ever to put a kill switch, is go inside. So kill switch, what I'm going to do is, fed one cable, I need to get some more cable, is put the kill switch in the dashboard there. So that's the job for another day. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.